Hello, welcome everybody. We're just going to wait a couple of minutes for everybody's screens to load up. Sometimes it takes a while with all the different technologies and things. The numbers are still rising, so we'll wait maybe 30 seconds or so more.
Yep. So.
Okay, I think we'll get going. Hi everyone, welcome to Peabody's online jobs and apprenticeships fair. My name's Nikki, I work for Peabody. We're joined today by Luke Burton and Maria Humphreys from London South East Colleges, who will between them be delivering today's session. The event's being recorded and will be made available on our Peabody YouTube channel, which you can find by searching Peabody London through YouTube. We'll be hearing from both speakers before we open up for a Q&A session. So if you do have any questions that you can think of during their presentations, please pop them in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screens and we'll try and get through them all if we can. There's also a chat function. If any of you want to leave any comments in there, please do. Before we start, I'd like to obviously say a warm welcome to all of you guys, but especially to our residents, if we have any people who have signed in today. Peabody have a one-to-one careers service that's completely free to access for all of our residents. There's more information available on our website. You can get help with things like CV writing, how to search better for jobs, and even prepare yourself for an interview. So please do get in touch with the team. Okay, I'm gonna switch my screen off and I'm gonna hand over to Luke. So Luke, it's over to you.
Are you going to go first, Maria?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Yeah, okay.
Hello. Thank you for having us. So as Nicola said, we're from London South East Colleges. Maria Humphreys, Head of Student Placements, and then we've got Luke Burton, Recruitment Manager. So we'll be here today just to go through the apprenticeships, traineeships, and online professional courses that we deliver. So as Nicola said, if you do have any questions, we will be able to answer them after we've gone through a few slides. Thank you. So the first slide then is regarding traineeship. So this is sort of a course that will get you ready for apprenticeships, but I do believe there's a few slides further on that we will go into more detail regarding traineeships and the journey onto an apprenticeship. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Some detail here on our locations within South East London. As you can see, we operate college campuses in 3 boroughs, which are Bexley, Bromley and Greenwich. Within those boroughs, we have 2 campuses in Bromley, which is how we cover most of our courses there, including catering, construction, right across the board. We also have 2 campuses in Greenwich, which happen to be our public campus, which is one of our main campuses as well. And we also have the adult community learning campus, which is based at Greenwich Park. In Bexley, we have 2 campuses again. One of them is a main campus where we operate most of our courses, and we also additionally have another construction campus at Holly. Okay, that's our location. Next one, Maria.
Excellent, thank you. So who can apply for an apprenticeship? So anyone that over 16, so there's no age gap, so you can retrain, learn something new on the job. So this is it's sort of earn while you learn. You do have to be living in England for over 3 years. And not in full-time education. So it wouldn't be that you'd be able to study another program while you're on an apprenticeship. So you would actually be working and studying at the same time. So normal working week would be around 30 to 40 hours per week, which is an average week really. So it's normally a Monday to Friday. However, you would have 1 day off the job training. So for example, if you were working in a catering industry, you would have 1 day off to come into college to learn more about the theory plus practical. And if you needed to redo your maths and English at any point, you would do that on that 1 day study day. The beauty is that you are employed by an employer, so you have a contract of employment, which you'll get the benefits of holiday pay, sick pay, etc. So And normally, minimum wage, we don't encourage employers to pay that. So normally the wage is slightly higher, and then of course it then goes on to your national minimum wage a year after. Super, thank you.
Thank you very much, Maria. There's two main ways of becoming an apprentice, which are detailed on this next slide, which I shall obviously discuss. The first is a new member of staff, which is maybe the most common one that we're looking at today. So we would advertise a role on the National Apprenticeship website and also share that with our partners such as Peabody. We then encourage applications from the public, such as yourselves. Once we receive those applications, we will invite you in for a suitability session where we conduct an initial English test, initial maths test, and also have a presentation, very much like this one, and a talk and an interview as well about your suitability for a particular role. We would then send your CV to an employer. Should your CV attract the attention of the employer, should they wish to interview you, you would go to interview. After which, if it all goes well, you'd be offered an apprenticeship. We would then, once the apprenticeship has been signed up with the employer, then look to start you on the learning part, college part of your apprenticeship. So an apprenticeship, as we say, it's a job with off-site learning, 20% learning. Okay. So the other route that you can take is for an existing member of staff. If you currently employ staff or if you're employed within a business already, you can become an apprentice at that business by engaging with us at the college. We'll facilitate that for you to turn that into an apprenticeship. So there's two different routes that you can do there. I'm not sure if this next one's mine. Yes, next slide, please. So here we've got some detail on the different types of apprenticeships that we run here at London South East Colleges. As you can see from the slide, we run business administration level 3. We run accounting level 2 and 3. We run HR support, that's human resources, from level 3 up to level 5. It's quite a big area. Teaching assistants, so that's obviously working within schools, working with college, that kind of thing. We also run project management level 4 positions, and we also run digital marketing, which is a very popular apprenticeship, and information communication level 3, which is ICT network support. So just over on the right-hand side, you'll notice some of the employers that we do currently work with. We are looking at growing these all the time, and these aren't an extensive list. So there are more employers that are probably not on this list that we do work with, but that gives you an idea of some of the breadth of that we can. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So the application and recruitment process, like any job you're going for, a CV is the most important. So you do have to have, we don't need extensive work experience or previous employment if you haven't got that, but just think out of the box. If you're a parent, a brother and sister, you might have to organize, budget, etc. So use them skills, they're transferable. If you, play football, you're turning up, you're team working. So think of things like that you can put on there, because that's a real great, sort of for the employer to see, as well as attitude, commitment, etc. So don't worry if you haven't got, experience before. The employers would rather see something rather than, nothing. So it's them transferable skills we've got to think of. However, you have their CV, we can help with that. So you would send it into the apprenticeship team, so apprenticeships@lsec.ac.uk. The recruitment advisors are there to support and have a look at your CV. We will then start sharing that out to certain employers that we think that you would be suitable to go for. So we have that side, but we've also got the talent centre, so they will then help you with your enrolment forms. You would need to bring your passport or birth certificate along. BKSB is initial assessment that you would sit. So it is an assessment, it's not a test, there's no right or wrong, it's just to see what level of learning you're at for maths and English, and then we can support you through your journey, because obviously that's what we're here for the whole package of the apprenticeship. So what with the employer, you're learning your core subjects, and then you'll have your maths and English with that. We won't put you forward for anything that we don't think that's out of your reach. We've got to take into travel, etc. We wouldn't recommend more than an hour's journey to and from work each day. So, we act as a whole recruitment team for you. And then, and it's great. The more interviews go, for you know, the more confident you'll become, and you'll work closely with that recruitment team. Thank you.
Maria, it's a little bit more on actually how the actual apprenticeship is delivered. So this is how this would actually work for you if you were placed into an apprenticeship. You would basically be part of a team. You'd have a team manager, you'd have a team leader, you'd have a team of colleagues that you work with. Obviously, that's part of the team structure. You'd then be undertaking training on and off the job. So how a usual apprenticeship would work, say usual, quite a common one would be you'd be at the employer 4 days a week, and then you would attend college 1 day a week. So if we're looking at that second part of that structure, that second part then bullets there, the second part would be on and off would be 4 days on work training, and the off the job training would be 1 day at college. Okay, throughout your apprenticeship, you'll also have progress reviews. So you have a progress coach that will come out and visit yourself and your employer to make sure that your apprenticeship is on track and that you're getting on well, you're enjoying it, and you're obviously making progress. So it usually happens 3 times a year at least, to make sure that everything's going well. E-portfolio, you'd have an online portfolio of your work. This goes across all the different types of apprenticeships that we run, whether that be bricklaying, childcare. We'd all have an online portfolio where you build up your work. This is usually something called Smart Assessor. It's also can also be viewed by your tutor at college. Gateway delivery milestones. So as part of your apprenticeship, you will have milestones that you need to hit throughout the duration of your apprenticeship, which are also designed to make sure that you're staying on track to complete your apprenticeship and go on into a successful career in that job. There is also an endpoint assessment. So at the end of your apprenticeship, you'll undertake an assessment, as it says, to make sure that all your work has met the criteria of the apprenticeship, or the apprenticeship will be signed off and you've successfully completed it. Okay, next slide, please.
Super. So this is the apprenticeship standards, which Luke briefly touched on there as well. So it's you've got your training organisation. We would look at your maths, English and ICT to help you develop them skills, but also looking and taking into account your knowledge, behaviours and skills in the work placement, and also when you're attending college, etc., your study day. So having that commitment, you know, being positive, timekeeping, and in just, you know, improving your general day-to-day life skills. And then at the end, you have the assessment organisation, which is a grade endpoint assessment. So, for example, if it's a business, say level 2 or level 3 apprenticeship that you're doing, you would through working and your apprenticeship, you would gain all this evidence and start your portfolio, which now is online, you know, so that e-portfolio, but you would also do assessments. And then at the end, you would pick with your assessor and your employer a subject that you feel most confident about now that you've gone through that apprenticeship, and you would deliver a presentation, and then you'll be marked on that endpoint assessment. So different assessments are different for different, obviously, categories of apprenticeship, but that would be, for example, of the business one. But we would go through all of that with you at the beginning of your apprenticeship, so there's no hidden surprises or no hidden exams or anything like that. You would know the whole journey as you go through. Lovely, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Maria. So this next slide is representative of an administration apprenticeship, a hairdressing apprenticeship, finance and HR. So it's what we call a pathway. I'm not sure if you can probably see the actual graphic there, but it does resemble a pathway. So a normal pathway for that type of apprenticeship would be to start at level 2. So the kind of position you'd be looking at for a level 2 would be an accounts or a finance assistant, or customer service practitioner, or maybe a hair professional. Also, a lot of the construction trades come at a level 2 as well. So carpentry and joinery or bricklaying. A level 3, you may move on in your career. So you may move on from an accounts assistant or a finance assistant to an assistant accountant, which would be the next level up. So it would be a level 3. Business administration starts at level 3, which is quite a popular apprenticeship. So that actually starts at level 3. Customer service specialist is the next move up from customer service practitioner, as you can see there. And HR also starts at a level 3. So if you were looking to go into human resources, you could start at level 3 rather than level 2. Level 5 on that particular pathway would be an HR consultant or an HR partner, to someone more senior, got some more experience within a business. Okay, next slide, please.
Here, and this is an example then of the healthcare pathway. So a level 2 a healthcare pathway would be an adult care worker, whether it's in a residential, elderly or a school for disabilities, etc. So health and social care worker. So bearing in mind, this can also be for people that, are currently in work in their professions that, have been working and doing a fantastic job for years and years, but just never gained that qualification. So they can always retrain and do that, and it wouldn't affect your salaries either. So you can start your apprenticeship and just learn, and get the qualification of the skills that you already have. So then obviously it goes on to a level 3, which is an adult care, maybe more of a senior role, a dental nurse. And then level 4 is for your children, young people, family practitioner, healthcare assistant. So it will take you through that journey, and obviously, you'll be assessed from a level 2 to a level 3 to a level 4. But bear in mind, if there are people that already have these qualifications, already in them jobs, you can just start that apprenticeship to complement the work that you're doing. Super, thank you.
Okay, management and IT pathway. The management and IT pathway starts at a level 3. As you can see, if you just come in as a team leader position or a supervisor, that would start at a level 3. Infrastructure technician, which is IT, so some people might call it a engineer or something like that. That would come in at level 3 also. And also digital marketing, which is very popular these days, would start at 3. As we've sort of said already, you would work your way up from a level 3 to a level 4 within those roles, where you can become an associate project manager, or you may, if you had the right qualifications and you look at the right roles, come in again at associate manager level. At level 5, going up into operations or departmental manager, so you're starting to get up towards a degree. That's that kind of level degree type apprenticeship. So that's that one. Construction pathway, as I mentioned earlier, level 2 is where most of the trades that would come in at. And if you complete a level 2 for most of the trades, you'd be out on site working. So those trades would traditionally be bricklaying, carpentry and joinery, plumbing and heating, ground worker, senior systems installer. You can then go on from there. As we say, this pathway is all about going on, working up to a higher level, and improving skills as you go along. So you can go on to a level 3 advanced carpentry and joinery. There's plumbing and domestic heating technician, installation maintenance electrician, also property maintenance operative, which we deal a lot with, which is looking after hotels, looking after office blocks, that type of thing, and also demolition as well, which is quite interesting. Demolishing buildings comes in at level 3, and working up from there. So a quantity surveying technician, a surveyor as such, would enter at a level 4. So someone looking to enter at a level 4 would really need to have grades already around a level 2. They're looking to move up 2 grades at entry. Okay, hope that makes sense.
Super. And then we have engineering pathways. So this is, relatively new to London South East College to deliver. That was in demand of employers and also, the general sort of students and public looking to get into engineering. So this is the level 2 and level 3. Also, if you ever find any jobs out there or employers, we are quite happy to approach them employers on your behalf to see if we can get your foot in the door and start building them relationships. So, there's definitely lots and lots of, great companies that we do work with, especially with engineering. We're building on that as we go. Thank you. And then we've got the hospitality one, which is really great. We've had some really good employer contact from the Ritz down to your local, local CAF. All is just important. So with the level 2, you can become a commis chef, production chef, and then moving up to level 3 to hospitality supervisor, etc. We might have the next Gordon Ramsay on our hands. So yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Was I early years, Maria?
I think you were. Yeah.
I was, yeah. So this is the early years teaching pathway, as we can see, also called childcare, or sometimes nursery nursing. So you're looking at entering at level 2, where you'd be an early years practitioner. This would usually be working in, as I say, a nursery setting, and maybe looking after preschool children. Their parents go to work. Then we're looking at a level 3, where you'd be moving up to an early years educator. which is more around educating, starting reading, that type of thing, or a teaching assistant or a learning mentor. That, as I say, that can be built up from a level 2, or you can come in at a level 3. If that's what you wish to do on that particular pathway. Level 4 is an assessor coach. So that's actually something that you'd actually work for the college as an assessor or coach. So we have people here at the college who work for us that have previously been early years educators and teaching assistants that have actually undertaken apprenticeships to become an assessor coach. And then they would actually go out and assess the level 3s and the level 2s. So quite an interesting pathway, that one. Level 5, we just missed that one. Level 5 is rising up the level to the other level 3 or 4. So Maria, would you like to give some detail on the apprenticeship progression if you can?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. So this is the apprenticeship progression. So you can start on the traineeship, moving up to level 2, which is equivalent to 5 GCSEs, level 3, advanced up to A levels, higher, and then degree level. And I think with the beauty with this, with an apprenticeship, is that you're earning money while you're learning, instead of, the alternative route, going to uni and coming out with a huge debt, maybe having to start at a lower level because you haven't had the experience, even though you've got the qualification, and then moving up, you're working your way up. In an apprenticeship route, you're going to be in the thick of it, starting, building them relationships with your employer, hopefully progressing, being rewarded with pay rises, promotions, and doing your qualification alongside. And you're then free from that debt because you're actually getting paid a salary. So it's definitely, I'm biased, but obviously, but I do think, without that debt free, that's a head start. So definitely they're the routes that you can. And of course, you don't have to go up to degree level. It's great that you can get to the higher or advanced or the intermediate. It's suited to whoever you are. Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
Okay, coming on to the last couple of slides. Just a bit more detail on the traineeship program that we run. A traineeship, as Maria mentioned earlier, is a stepping stone to an apprenticeship, or a stepping stone into the world of work. It encompasses some some classroom-based learning around job search, around interviewing, around timekeeping, punctuality, but also offers 2-week work experience as well. That work experience can quite often lead into an apprenticeship, so it's certainly worthwhile considering. Just to give you a little bit more detail, the traineeship program includes 6 weeks, 12-month program that could lead to a job role, employability program including developing CV, interview techniques, timekeeping and teamwork, support with developing your English, maths and digital skills, sector-based qualifications in business administration, construction, health and social care and childcare. So it would be focused on what you're interested in, and also offering a minimum of 70 hours work experience placement over the duration of the traineeship. Just quickly on that, we offer traineeships in both Bromley and also in Greenwich. So hopefully we can cover everyone's desired location. I'm going to be really quick because we're running out of time, as Nicholas just told us. We do offer online professional courses as well. Those people that are over 19, these courses are totally free. As we're a bit pushed for time, I'd suggest you go to the LTEC website, London South East College's website, and view the online courses. They're well worth a look. Like I say, they're all free, and you do get level 2 qualification. So should we go to the Q&A, please, Nicola?
Sure, we can. Sorry, thank you. Thank you for that. That was great. Lots of opportunities, going down lots of different pathways, earning while you learn. Sounds fantastic. So we'll take it from the top. Are apprenticeships available in South East London only?
No, apprenticeships, I'll take this one. Apprenticeships are offered UK-wide. We're particularly concerned, obviously, with the ones that are offered in England, because the ones that are offered in England are different to Scotland and Wales. To answer your question, apprenticeships are offered throughout the whole of England.
Okay, thank you. An anonymous attendee has asked, I completed high school in a foreign country. Can I still apply? Do I need to get an official translation of my diploma?
No, you can apply. However, to be eligible to undertake an apprenticeship in the UK, you must have been resident in the UK for the last 3 years without any breaks leaving the country. You can go on holiday, but you must have been resident in the UK for the last 3 years.
Okay, a message from Jasminda. Hello.
Hello.
Will there be parental hours for single parents out there, since loads of parents don't have the support? I've had a bad experience with childcare and childminders.
Yes, we can. What we can do, the ultimate decision would be down to the employer. So you are an employee, you're employed by the company that you're doing your apprenticeship for. You're not employed by us. So what we can do is, when we send them your CV after going through the pre-screening process with London South East colleges, we would make them aware of your needs regarding childcare, so that that they're aware of that from the outset.
Yeah, and it could be
So-
something that you could do more like flexible hours. I mean, you would still have to do a full time, like 30 hours to 40 hours, depending on your contract. But it could be that it could be more flexible hours, whether, you could start a bit later because of, dropping the children to school, etc. So, but as Luke said, the onus is on the employer to have that discussion with you. Yeah.
Thank you both. Galeed's asked, hi, do you offer plumbing apprenticeships?
We do not ourselves. However, we do partner with an organisation called JTL Training. We have a partnership agreement with them, and they deliver the plumbing apprenticeships for London South East College. So they would organise all the parts to do with the employer. You would then come to us to undertake a 1 day a week training.
Okay. Next question. Do you have level 4 apprenticeships in business admin/support?
We currently have level 3. I think the roles that we currently have are more level 4, going up to project management in business.
Okay, thank you. Are your qualifications delivered online or in the classroom?
Would you like to answer this, Maria, or shall I go?
If you could answer it, yeah, if there is
Yeah,
some
of course.
changes.
It's hybrid at the moment, to be honest. It's blended, if you like. So a lot of the English and maths has gone online. So if you need additional English and maths for your apprenticeship qualification, we can deliver that online. I was told last week that a lot of childcare has been delivered online. It really does depend on the course. Some traditional trades within construction, like go back to bricklaying, this is my background, bricklaying or carpentry, you would still need to attend college 1 day a week.
Thank you. Thank you. To start a level 4 or 5, do you need a level 3 or A levels, or is accreditation of prior learning taken into consideration?
Do you want to answer that, Maria?
Yeah,
or
I mean,
if you wish?
yeah, I mean, it would be that you would come in and meet with our talent advisor, and they would look at your prior education, etc. Depending on what level you're going in for the apprenticeship. Also, it's down to the employer. I mean, the employer, we would, try and get you in front of that employer for an interview. So it could be that they're going to go on your, a previous apprenticeship level. But say for a level, it depends what apprenticeship again. If it's health and social care, childcare, you have to do a level 2 before you can do a level 3. So that's something that they have to do with the qualifications. But other ones, if you're capable and you've got good maths and English, you could potentially go on a level 3 in business and miss out the level 2. But it would really depend on what apprenticeship you're going for and your, ability really. And we would make sure that, we're supporting you, but have a maths and English assessment to see what level of learning, even though, you have your previous qualifications. But it would be a joint decision between us as the learner, the employer and yourself.
Thank you. We've still got quite a lot of questions to get through. We'll try and get through as many as we can in about a minute and a half. So to deliver degree level apprenticeships, do you work closely with other universities?
Yes, we work with Greenwich and the University of Canterbury.
Thank you. Do you offer part-time apprenticeships?
Minimum hours, I believe, are 20 hours, Maria?
No, 30. It's got to be 30, isn't
sorry,
it?
guys.
But yeah, 30 hours or more. So it's what the employer will contract you for. So but obviously the more that the hours you're working, the more your money you'll get.
Yeah. So Louisa Nightingale has asked, so have I got this wrong, or do you need higher qualifications level 3 to do a traineeship than you do to do an apprenticeship?
No, a traineeship would come before an apprenticeship. So you only need up to an entry 3 for a traineeship. Certainly not. A traineeship would come before an apprenticeship.
That's good. Thank you.
Can't do a traineeship if you've got a level 3.
Lovely, thank you. And Rosangela is older than 24. Is she eligible
for an apprenticeship? Yes, absolutely. Anyone's eligible for an apprenticeship up to.
Okay. I think we might be able to take one more question. Let me see. I'm not a Peabody resident. I really want to get into part-time work. I'm also a single parent. Is there any help for that? How do I go about applying, and will you guys call us to discuss? I can probably take that one. If you get in touch with the Peabody teams via the links that they've sent you, one of the team will certainly be able to help you with that.
And also, yeah, please look on our website, London South East Colleges, the apprenticeship team, contact details are all there, our telephone number or email addresses. So yeah, please contact us. And then their vacancies are there for you to apply for as well.
Yeah, and the distance learning. Don't forget
And
to have a look at the distance learning, because it's all free, guys. It's worth it. It's worth it. You get a qualification. It doesn't cost you anything. You do it from home.
Okay.
So
I'm going to
please
sneak this
take a
one
look.
in because I think the answer's very simple. Hopefully, are your traineeships paid?
No.
No.
Okay, cool.
No, but
Okay.
it's sometimes a foot in the door and opening up, you know, to an employer that could potentially then go, or so you could start on a traineeship and you could be employed for them full time or go on as an apprentice with them. So, you know, it's giving you that platform really.
It's quite
Okay.
common.
Well, sadly, we've run out of time and there's still a couple of questions left, but do get in touch, I think, with Luke and Maria, if you don't mind dropping your details quickly in the chat while I wrap this up. And then with Peabody teams, we're already in there. And so that leaves me just to say thank you all for attending today. Thank you so much to Luke and Maria for your time and presentations this afternoon. We are running some more sessions this afternoon as well as tomorrow all day. So if you haven't had a look at those, please do and sign up if you can. The recording of this session will be on our Peabody YouTube channel and the slides will be available on our website. But thank you, everyone.
Lovely.
And
Thank you for having
the rest
us.
of the day.
Cheers, everyone.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.